Steven Spielberg has revealed the significance his West Side Story remake had on his late father, Arnold Spielberg, who passed away aged 103 in August 2020. The legendary film director and producer, 74, recently told Digital Spy how Arnold watched performances on his movie set on FaceTime, with him being too elderly to travel, and dedicated the film to his late father as he was so sad he couldn't see it. The story, based on Arthur Lear's original book, is set in 1950s New York City and is loosely adapted from Romeo and Juliet, with one girl named Maria caught between two gangs, the Jets and the Sharks. My Dad Loves West Side Story has seen a number of productions on it. He was 103 and a half when he passed, and I hadn't finished the film yet, Steven began. But he was kind of on the set sometimes because he'd be in LA and we'd be in New York shooting, and he'd be on the iPad on FaceTime, and he'd be able to watch the setups and watch some performances. Steven recalled how they would bring the iPad over to the monitor so he could see the playbacks as he was too elderly to travel to the set, from Los Angeles to New York. It was the only film set that he has not visited. The only one. He came to Poland for Schindler's List, he came to England for the Indiana Jones movies, and I just felt that he'd loved it so much and I was so sad he couldn't see it that I dedicated the film to him, he continued. Steven's West Side Story remake, the second feature-length film adaptation, has already scored rave reviews from critics, with a slew of 5-star ratings, gushing comments and heartfelt accolades spelling out award season glory for the movie. Following the movie's NYC premiere and LA screening last week, official reviews landed, with The Guardian branding the movie a vividly dreamed, cunningly modified and visually staggering revival. Social media reactions echoed those of the experts, before film critics began their glowing praise of Steven's adaptation of the 1957 musical, which he created with Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim, who passed away on November 26. The story, based on Arthur Lear's original book, is set in 1950s New York City and is loosely adapted from William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, with one girl named Maria caught between two gangs, the Jets and the Sharks. Her brother Bernardo, David Alvarez, is the leader of the Latinx gang the Sharks, though she has fallen for Tony Ansel Elgort, a member of the white gang, the Jets. Rachel Zegler beat out a whopping 30,000 hopefuls for the role of Maria, making her feature film debut in the iconic role. She's joined by a cast that includes Ansel Elgort as Tony, Ariana DeBose as Anita and Rita Moreno, who played Anita in the 1961 adaptation of West Side Story, which won 10 Oscars including Best Picture. Steven's direction paired with Sondheim's lyrics, Bernstein's music and Janusz Kaminski's cinematography has left critics' jaws dropping and Oscar buzz surrounding the spectacular. Peter Bradshaw at The Guardian wrote, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story 2.0 is an ecstatic act of ancestor worship, a vividly dreamed, cunningly modified and visually staggering revival. No one but Spielberg could have brought it off, creating a movie in which Leonard Bernstein's score and Stephen Sondheim's lyrics blaze out with fierce new clarity. West Side Story is contrived, certainly, a hothouse flower of musical theater, and Spielberg quite rightly doesn't try hiding any of those stage origins. His mastery of technique is thrilling. I gave my heart to this poignant American fairy tale of doomed love. The Telegraph's Robbie Collin penned, West Side Story is, I believe, Spielberg's finest film in 20 years, and a new milestone in the career of one of our greatest living directors. A little less than a month before his 75th birthday, he has delivered a relentlessly dazzling, swooningly beautiful reworking of the 1957 Manhattan set musical by Arthur Leon, Leonard Bernstein, and Stephen Sondheim, which feels just as definitive and indestructible as the previous screen adaptation. Speaking about making the movie, Stephen previously revealed that he had been musing for some time over what musical he'd like to make, and detailed how West Side Story had stuck with him. He explained, "I was 10 years old when I first listened to the West Side Story album, and it never went away. I've been able to fulfill that dream and keep that promise that I made to myself. You must make West Side Story." Explaining the need to spread the story, Stephen went on, "It's just that love bridges every divide. It's timeless in the sense that we should be reminded of that story as often as possible." The full Steven Spielberg interview can be read on the Digital Spy website. West Side Story opens in UK and US cinemas on December 10, and opens in Australian cinemas on December 26.